Brilliance Audio. Slot Machine Fever Dreams by Bohjalian. From Obsession, a collection of Amazon original stories. Performed by Grace Experience. You think you're dealing with either an idiot or an optimist, which arguably are two sides of the same coin. So you shake his Negroni, slip an orange peel on the rim of the glass, slap the glass on a coaster, and slide it across the spectacular strip of burnished mahogany at the bar, one of a half dozen here at the casino, this one an Italian grotto, if grotto walls were made of plastic, telling him, sure, ride your winning streak. Go back to the same table. Why not, right? There are plenty of reasons why not, of course, beginning with the fact that the house rarely loses, especially to a fish like this. He's neither a whale nor, until tonight, a high roller. Guy's a guppy. He has told you, the divorced manager of a chain restaurant in Albuquerque known from coast to coast for its 15 flavors of croutons at the Salads and Sides bar. Ah, but tonight he's betting big and living large, and so naive that he left his heater, his winning streak, to come to the bar and, his word, assess. You see guys and women like this every night, and you've grown a little numb. It's like watching the flickering black and white silent films of people waving to the passengers flocking aboard the Lusitania or the Titanic. The stories just don't end well. But alas, you haven't grown completely anesthetized. There's a difference between a little numb and not caring at all. You know how fragile happiness is. It's that skim of ice on the pond that can be cracked by the smallest of falling branches. And now he's hitting on you. And so far, hitting on you badly. He's an amateur, which is surprising mostly because of that Negroni. The cocktail suggests worldliness. Or, at least, the palate of a guy whose idea of a salad does not include biscuits and gravy-flavored croutons. You from Las Vegas? He asks. Clark County, born and raised. Casinos in the family DNA? No need to confess that your family DNA, that double helix that makes you who you are, came from two snakes who would have traded their only kid for crap tequila or a carton of Camels. You last saw Daddy when you were 8. You last saw Mommy at the funeral, though the casket was closed, so a literalist would argue that you last saw her in the ER, after she'd overdosed. You were at UNLV then. The tuition $8,000 because you lived in state, but you paid almost nothing. Someone in financial aid agreed with someone in admissions that you were a life worth saving. You sure showed them, parlaying that degree into a poetry chapbook nobody read, and 8 years now behind a casino bar. Nope. First in my family to work in one. You reply simply. But I do come from a pair of serious obsessives. If they liked something, they liked it a lot. He smiles, and when he does, he looks a bit like a little boy in a man's body. Smooth cheeks with constellations of freckles, an elfin nose, hair the color of bark mulch. He continues to chat you up. You pay attention to his questions when you can, as you mix and shake cocktails and pop the tops of bottles of beer, and answer those questions when you can. He's about as smooth as the coralline tile at the edge of the casino's swimming pool, a coarse plateau designed to ensure that even the booziest denizens are unlikely to slip. But that's part of his charm. Part of what makes him cute. And you're really not very tired. It's a Monday night, and you had Sunday off. So you find yourself interested in him the way people are drawn to three-legged cats and dogs whose masters have died. You peg him for late 30s, a decade your senior, and while his arms aren't guns, neither does he have the dad paunch of most chain restaurant managers you see across the bar. His windbreaker is draped sloppily over the back of his bar stool.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.